Good morning, everyone. I just want to talk to you guys about a little something that I, study a little bit about. I don't know if you guys realize that, Beethoven, Mozart, Michael Jackson, Pink Floyd, Beatles, they all knew about this thing called the nine solfeggio frequencies. And it has to do with frequencies and vibrations and our chakra system and about raising consciousness and healing the world. When Michael Jackson was, singing about make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. And there's also Pink Floyd with, teachers stop telling us a lie. We're not another brick in the wall. Their logo is the pyramid with the ether running through it, which is like the rainbow, which is frequencies turning, into the ether, the prana, the chi, the angan. Different religions call it different energy forces. May the force be with you in Star Wars, if you want to look at it that way. But either way, when you look at our tuning system from the radio to the YouTube to TV to pretty much everything, it's all against nature's frequencies. And 432 is the center of the nine solfeggio frequencies. So when you look at the Egyptian pyramids, let's say, for instance, and you multiply them by 432,000 times, you get the circumference of the earth. So, I think the Egyptians, the Hindu temples, a lot of them were even telling us, hey, everybody get back to nature in every way possible. Because if it's a sound frequency, or if it's just getting into nature and, when it comes to going for a walk in the bush, or when it comes to our food, less preservatives, less things that we can, more things we can pronounce, words that we can't pronounce, we should be staying away from. All those weird items that are at the bottom of your craft dinner and your other nachos and chips and all the other weird stuff that's out on the market nowadays. I don't even know why they're putting that stuff in there. This world is definitely like a little bit whack and upside down. I really don't understand it. And, I could see people trying to get rich and, I want to be powerful and have trillions of dollars. But when it comes to creating more sickness and harm amongst others, that just doesn't make sense to me. So I see a future where, cancer hospitals hopefully disappear. Hospitals in general should almost disappear, where it should be frequency healing. You know what I mean? I know this one's a touchy subject, but churches have somatic symbols right above the church organs. The church organs were designed, I think, by Freemasons, if I'm not mistaken. Freemasons have church organs in their Mason rooms, the lodges they call them, I guess. And when you think about it, a church, who would design that on paper? Like if you got a horse and buggy 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, and you're writing down, a worship room, you're not going to put 3-foot thick concrete cement walls and put them, 8 stories high with a massive bell at the top and say, okay, let's design this, for the sake of worship. When you look at Indians and stuff like that, they've got a lot of their bells help align their east and west hemispheres of their brain and their neocortex with their pineal gland. There's a lot of symmetry in our face. If you see my 2 eyes, my nose, my mouth, my arms, you got the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence throughout our body and throughout all of nature. When you look at, a bumblebee makes hexagons, and a hexagon is a 120 degree angle, which 1 + 2 is 3. So that's the 369 that Nicola Tesla always talks about. And you look at all geometry, from a pentagon or an octagon or a square 45 degree angle. When you look at 12 months a year, 12 inches in a foot, lots of weird stuff. You got 360 degree circle. 3 + 6 + 0 is 9. You know what I mean? So it's, again, the 3, 6, and 9. And when you look at the Fibonacci sequence and all that stuff, and you start studying this stuff, you start to realize there's something very magical about our world. And they don't teach us any of this in school. Like, why? They're hiding something from us. And it's true what, Pink Floyd said. Teachers stop telling us a lie. There's a lot of stuff out there that they're not telling us. And, the school should be just full of greenhouses again. And there should be, alchemy in the science classes, maybe talking about theories about how the Egyptian pyramids were made. It wasn't a king's chamber. You know what I mean? There was no kings ever found in any Egyptian pyramids anywhere in the world. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but there's over 80,000 pyramids found on planet Earth now, and they're all mathematically lined up perfectly amongst each other. So our past is like the future. And, I don't know if there is, it's just a really wild world we live in, okay, everybody? A really wild world. And just be very positive, because I think the truth is slowly coming out, and this world is going to change. I'm hoping. I'm praying. I'm manifesting. I'm visualizing. I'm sending you all lots of love. Anyone needs to talk, I'm here for you. But this is crazy. It's just crazy. We need to, change this world. I think Michael Jackson wanted to do the same thing, and he was getting a little upset. I don't know if it's the government. I don't know if it's, whoever. I really don't know who the heck's in charge, the Rockefellers, whoever you want to call it. I don't know. I hear lots of different names nowadays, but I really don't know the truth on that end. I know the Queen owns 90 billion acres here in Canada or North America, which doesn't make any sense. The housing market and all that stuff shouldn't even be the way it is when, paying mortgages for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever. 10 people literally could come together, and with the wood that's on the property that you're about to build your house, the 2x4s and the 2x6s and the 2x8s should come from the trees that were on the property. A sawmill is $5,000, maybe a nice one, $25,000, but you could just sawmill all your own wood, dry it in a shipping container, and pretty much build your own house for free. And you get maybe 8, 9 other guys help you build it within a month or two, whatever, a couple months. You help in turn build their house, and then within a year or two, you got 10 free homes that are all mortgage free. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So paying rent and mortgages and all this stuff nonstop, it's just such a huge amount of money that people are paying to survive, and it doesn't make sense. High school should be just full of like greenhouses and back to normal. Like where I remember growing up, there was greenhouses in a lot of high schools. They were all just shut down, and they're now used for storage. And that's one of the most important things you could possibly learn. It's the stuff that's right in front of us that we could like learn and touch with our hands, not just stuff that's in books that I don't even know if it's real or not. We don't come from horse and buggy with toothpick and axe. Like, I know we did have a certain generation like that, but I'm telling you right now, the Hindu temples and the Egyptian pyramids were not built with a toothpick and a little metal pick, or I don't even know if they had metal back then. You know what I mean? Like, supposedly they didn't, but there's something wild out there, everybody. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if the aliens came down and showed us how to do things, but everything is energy and frequencies. And if you want to look up stuff, just type in some 9 solfeggio frequencies. Type in stuff like that. Type in the chakra system, the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio. It's right designed in our arms. It's designed all the way down to our DNA. A cross is actually the golden ratio, and it's almost like what's connecting us to the cosmos. It's like we're antennas, and we are like walking around with this certain ratio in our body that allows us to connect with energy source. And same thing with all the plants around us. And you can even see the Romans, they used to design their entire buildings in the golden ratio, the 1 to 1.6 ratio, math ratio. And then the Ark of the Covenant that I think sits inside the Egyptian pyramid, that was all designed to the 1 to 1.6 ratio. So, everybody, this world needs to change. I don't know if put me president. I'll do something out there. I'll help the world. I'll help everyone get back on their feet and enjoy life and spend way more time with family, way more time with friends, and work a hell of a lot less in their lifetime, and be able to enjoy all the riches that they could ever imagine. So just everyone, peace and love. I love you all. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Don't let my weird videos kind of ruin your vibe. But I'm telling you, everything's gonna change. I'm telling you, everything is gonna change. Anyways, peace out. Love you all. Bye for now.